What's going on, guys? Your host, Steve, here to give the lowdown on the first day of Gamescom. This video is going up pretty late, and I apologize for that. Working full-time and uploading these videos is proving a little more difficult than I realized, but to my subscribers, I appreciate your patience, and I thank you for sticking with me up to this point. For those not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Click that subscribe button, tick that bell, and you'll be notified whenever I drop new videos. I'm not going to go over everything, just the bits that stuck out to me, but without further ado, let's dive right in. I'll be honest, I didn't expect a whole lot this year from Gamescom, but I do love to be proven wrong. Led by producer Jeff Keighley, things kicked off with a live piano performance, no less, of the theme from Bethesda's upcoming AAA RPG Starfield, which is dropping very, very soon, September 1st for early access and September 6th for the standard edition, and it's safe to say people are hyped. A live-action trailer for the game was shown off, which gave the tease of this grand space adventure that you'll be embarking on. Honestly, I've been a little, I guess I should say, cautiously optimistic of Starfield ever since it was announced. Bethesda has this thing where they tend to overpromise and underdeliver, so I'll wait and see if this is really worth my time. And it wouldn't be a live show without someone jumping on stage and ruining it, so that was fun and awkward to witness. Todd Howard then came out on stage to turn things around a bit, to talk more about the game and what we can expect, so it was cool to see him come out to get people excited for what's to come. On to something I definitely didn't expect, but am so glad it showed up, was Little Nightmares 3. The first two are some of the most horrific and fun games I've played in such a long time, and I was grinning ear to ear watching this trailer. Also, it turns out developer Supermassive Games is behind the wheel of this entry instead of Tarsier, who developed the first two. And for those who don't know, Supermassive is known for such titles as Until Dawn and the Dark Pictures anthology. Also, this sequel is going to be featuring co-op for the very first time, which I personally am very excited for. Little Nightmares 3 is dropping in 2024 for all platforms. Next up is Souls-like title Black Myth Wukong from developer Game Science, and man, the more info that gets released for this one, the better it looks. This is the first bit of footage we've actually gotten in quite a while, so it was good to see the game is still alive and in active development. I'm not a huge fan of these Dark Souls-inspired titles, as the difficulty tends to discourage me just a little bit, but I may have to change my mind and try this one out because it looks amazing. Black Myth Wukong is dropping summer 2024 for all platforms. Zack Snyder stopped by the show to talk a little about his upcoming film Rebel Moon, which is dropping on Netflix, and he was gracious enough to show us the first trailer for his grand sci-fi fantasy epic. So epic, in fact, that the film will be released in two parts. Part 1, A Child of Fire, will be dropping on December 22nd, while Part 2, The Scargiver, will be released on April 19th, 2024. But not only that, developer Super Evil Megacorp will be making a game set in that universe. Great name, by the way. So Snyder, like all of his projects, is really doubling down on this franchise. I personally am a fan of his films, as they're just visually so great to look at. So whatever Rebel Moon has to offer, I'll be there for the ride. Next up is a new IP from developer Pearl Abyss called Crimson Desert, and it's an action RPG set in an open world, very vast open world at that. It looks very strangely like Assassin's Creed in the way that the character moves about in the world, but then it just becomes this whole different beast, as the trailer just had my jaw on the floor. No release date, unfortunately, but we can expect it to come to all platforms. Ubisoft showed off a new trailer in Arabic for Assassin's Creed Mirage, which is dropping a week earlier now, October 5th, and I don't know if it's me, but I feel like this game is already being marketed too much, which is weird because the marketing hasn't been that extensive since its announcement, but the game is coming out soon, so you got to get the word of mouth spreading, right? I just want to play the game now. I don't need another trailer. Ubisoft, you've annoyed me enough with your money-grubbing ways about all these editions and pre-order bonuses, but give me the best edition you got, okay? Thanks. Tekken 8 made an appearance as well with a new trailer and a new single-player mode called Arcade Quest, where you create an in-game avatar and customize their in-game character, which seems fun, I guess. 32 unique fighters, though. Now that's going to be a banger of a time. How am I going to have time to play all these games? I just don't know. But Tekken 8 is dropping January 26th, 2024, and pre-orders have already started, so make your move. No pun intended, of course. Sledgehammer Games came out on stage next to show off the first gameplay footage of the first level from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Makarov making his return as the villain in this entry, and despite Call of Duty kind of shitting the bed when it comes to multiplayer and Warzone lately, their campaigns have always been top-notch blockbusters. There's no doubt about that. All I ask is that they stop with the yearly releases, which I'm sure a lot of people are, asking for, and that's why the brand is so diluted right now, and I thought they were doing that, but this proves otherwise, apparently. Let's not kid ourselves, though. This is $70 DLC, which is just sad. Either way, the campaign looks awesome, so look for Modern Warfare 3 dropping November 10th. The launch trailer for Ascendant Studios' Immortals of Avium was shown, which is out now. Reviews have been pretty mixed on the EA original title. It's holding at a 70 on Metacritic out of 48 reviews, but still early to tell if that's where it'll stay. First-person magic shooter, though, I mean, come on, this looks fun as hell. As I've gotten older, I've learned to ignore game reviews a little bit and just judge the game on my own merits, which has been an eye-opening experience for me, let me tell you. Moving on to Sega, as they showed a new trailer for Sonic Superstars, and we got a release date. Sonic Superstars is dropping October 17th on all platforms. Having a 4-player Sonic platformer just makes all the sense in the world, so it's a no-brainer for me that I'm going to be getting this. But that wasn't the end of Sonic. Oh no, we got a new trailer for Sonic Frontiers, The Final Horizon, which brings a new story, new playable characters, and new challenges, and that's going to be hitting us on September 28th. Sonic Frontiers I skipped out on as the game just looked very bland and buggy, and I was on the fence about getting it in the first place, but I might change my opinion after seeing this trailer, so maybe I'll end up picking this one up at some point. We'll see. Up next from developer Fallen Leaf and Black Drakkar Games, we got a launch trailer for Fort Solace, which has received, honestly, little to no promotion. I'm assuming it's because this game is very difficult to market. You don't really know if this is a horror game, if this is some sort of a thriller type of story. It's a little confusing, but this one's always intrigued me with its mystery. It's a narrative-driven title with Roger Clark and Troy Baker, both in the same game. It's pretty awesome, so I was sold on that alone, but I am a little concerned about possibly being let down by the story, so I might wait for this one to drop in price a bit before picking it up. CD Projekt Red showed a new trailer for their Phantom Liberty expansion for Cyberpunk 2077, and as an added bonus, most of the new features are going to be turning up in the 2.0 update when that drops, which is pretty awesome. Things have really turned around for CD Projekt Red when it comes to Cyberpunk, so I'm relieved to see the game become what it was meant to be in the first place, so good job on that. Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon showed off a launch trailer as the game is out and everyone is itching to get their hands on it. I've never dived into Armored Core outside of playing the first one way back on PS1, back in those good old days, but seeing where the franchise has gotten to since then is pretty spectacular, and From Software can do no wrong in everyone's eyes. Ed Boon had to stop by and give us some more juicy footage of Mortal Kombat 1 as Sindel and Shao Kahn, or rather General Shao in this universe, are confirmed fighters on the roster. Not only that, but Motaro and Shujinko make their return as cameo fighters as well. This on top of the characters for the combat pack like Homelander and Omni-Man. Nothing more needs to be said, just take my money already. Mortal Kombat 1 is dropping on September 19th. And finally, Sam Lake came out on stage to give more info on the story of Alan Wake 2, which is dropping a week later now, October 27th, just in time for Halloween. The game looks absolutely stunning, but until there is a physical copy on the horizon, I'm going to be skipping it. I just can't fathom buying games on digital, and this isn't a title I need to play so badly, so I can hold out until that physical release does happen. Fingers crossed. And that wraps up my rundown of the things that interested me at Gamescom. I thought the show was jam-packed with goodies and surprises. It's going to be a stacked 2024, guys. Hell, a stacked rest of the year, even. But now it comes down to you. What did you think of day one of Gamescom? What announcement surprised you the most? Perhaps one I didn't mention? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and stay tuned to the channel as I'm going to be reviewing Gran Turismo next week. Don't miss out. Until next time, folks, keep it classy and keep it geeky.